Hey, are you familiar with the Insite Partners Parts Shop in Charlotte, North Carolina? We're going to give you a quick tour. I got my friend Rhydon here. What's happening today?
What's up, bud?
Doing all right?
I'm good. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming and checking us out, everybody. If you've not been in our parts store, we just want to give you a quick walk around, kind of see some of the things we have and tell you a little bit of what we do.
All right. What are the main reasons someone comes to shop at the Insite Parts department?
So initially, I would say most of it is we're supporting the commercial manufacturers rep side of our business.
Some of the big ones are?
So Aon,
Marley,
Bosch, Marley, SPX, any of that stuff.
Armstrong.
Correct.
Gotcha. And all the products we represent, we carry parts either here or we can get them next day really fast, or in our Mooresville facility, which is right up the road, right?
Correct. And then we also have additional places around the Carolinas as we continue to kind of expand our parts support infrastructure.
That's excellent. So, tools, belts, gauges, A2L. What's this A2L thing happening?
So A2L, obviously, we all know we have a refrigerant change coming. A lot of brands are going to R454B, which is what most of our manufacturer brands are going to. Right. There is also R32, which is out there. And if you start looking at a lot of things that are coming up, everything is changing. The way we have to go about servicing, installing, and taking care of equipment is all different than it was before. So when you start buying tools specifically into the A2L marketplace, you need to start looking at tools and see what they actually say. Because one of the main regulation changes for A2L tools is it has to be brushless. There can be no spark since we have a mildly flammable refrigerant. So if you look at something like these Appions behind,
let's take a look.
The camera right here.
So these are vacuum pumps?
No, these are recovery machines.
Recovery machines.
But you'll notice newer pieces of equipment and product will have an A2L compatible label on them so that you know you can use them post 2025.
So if you're in the market for a new recovery machine now, don't buy the one that does not have that.
Correct.
Would that be good advice?
Correct. Because if you buy something that's, you may think you're getting a deal because they put it on sale at the parts house, but if it's something you can't use with new refrigerants in the long run, you're really doing
yourself a disservice. You're going to have to get one anyway. So this, because it says A2L compatible, you can still use this for other refrigerants that are non-A2L 410A.
Correct. So anything that's A2L compliant is backwards compatible to what you already have.
Nice.
And it's not saying that the tools that you currently have are going to go away, because we are still going to see 410 and other current refrigerants for many years to come. But anything that's new install, and as you start running into newer equipment, you're going to have A2L compliant materials and machines.
Gotcha. So what's it, for folks watching that don't know, what is a recovery machine typically used for?
So a recovery machine is, let's say you're going up on a system, you find you've got a bad compressor, but you've got to pull refrigerant out of the system properly so that you're fulfilling all the local and national requirements to make sure it's done right. So you have to use an A2L compliant machine for anything that's newer refrigerant to pull it out.
And this takes it out, puts it in a tank.
Correct.
You work on the machine, clean out the system, pull a vacuum, put the refrigerant back in. And you're allowed to do that per EPA, right?
Yes, sir.
But you can't take that refrigerant and put it in another machine?
No, you cannot.
Is that the rule?
That's the rule. You can put it back in, but you can't put it somewhere else.
And don't put non-A2L, don't put the wrong refrigerant in the machine going forward. Like, you cannot put 410A in a A2L machine.
No, you cannot.
454B machine. You cannot put 454B in a 410A machine because the UL ratings are 100% different. You can get in a lot of trouble with the laws and cause damage and probably void the warranty of the equipment. So don't do that.
You're definitely voiding warranty if you put the wrong refrigerant in it.
Right. So what about, let's see here.
So the other question you asked, so you talk about vacuum pump. So we've kind of got an example here. So this is a newer field piece vacuum pump that is also A2L rated, 8 CFM.
Now we're at the vacuum pump.
Yep.
Which I mistakenly call that recovery. Okay, got it, vacuum pump.
So you pull it out with your recovery machine, put in your new compressor, then you got to pull a vacuum. So you're going to have an A2L compliant vacuum pump to take care of that.
Got it.
Once you pull it down to however many microns that you prefer to do, some people it's 500, some people it's different. So pull it down where it needs to be, then you can release your refrigerant back into it.
Gotcha. So A2L recovery machine, A2L vacuum pump, and I'm assuming we have some A2L gauges around here maybe?
I don't have a set here, but what a lot of people don't realize is if you have a set of current digital gauges, even if they're 3 or 4 years old, a lot of those digital gauges either one are hooked to an app on your phone and you can update the information in them. Additionally, a bunch of them, specifically Fieldpiece, Navac, some of their gauges already have these other refrigerants in there, because these refrigerants aren't new, they're just becoming the new thing we're going to.
Right.
So a lot of information about them already exists. So I would guess if you've got a set of digital gauges, go through it and you could almost guarantee
so
you'll find.
So there's no physical part of the gauge that's different?
Not
Except the threads?
So threads will be different, but the gauges themselves won't be different. Now, if you look at like a set of analog gauges, most older analog gauges are not going to have new refrigerants on them. I think potentially we'll get digital, or excuse me, analog gauges that have new stuff on
there, whatever's
correct.
On there.
But these are mostly just for 410, 22, your basic standard stuff you're running into today.
Got it. So the tanks are threaded differently than what is a standard tank?
So a standard tank is all right-hand thread.
Right-hand threads?
All of your A2L tanks will be left-hand thread, which means you'll have to either buy different hoses or you'll have to buy a hose adapter. We've ordered hose adapters into Mooresville. I don't know if there's any here in Charlotte yet.
Gotcha. I would say if you're a tech, get a whole handful of those.
Yep.
So you're not stuck without one.
In most cases, go ahead and just screw them onto the end of your gauges, or not the end of your gauges, but the end of your hoses.
Yep.
Just don't forget they're there when you go try to hook to something, because you're going to wonder why it's not working.
And it's important because you don't want to put I know it's a pain if you're a tech, you're probably watching going, golly, another thing I got to worry about.
Yep.
But, it's important because if you put the wrong refrigerant in a machine, it could be a big deal. So.
Yes, it can.
Okay. Let's do a quick walk around here.
Sure.
Just show us what we got in the Charlotte parts department.
So we cover a lot of different things parts-wise. Primarily, you'll see a lot of different commercial components, different things you can use in that. That's why you'll see all kinds of valve stems, different kind of cores, because a lot of refrigeration and commercial applications, you're not really always even able to get to stuff you need to. Sometimes you got to make it work.
Right.
So you'll see a lot of different components in here. We keep electrical components because we have to support our control side of the team. You'll also see stuff like...
The controls guys need a lot of help.
Yep, controls
guys
need a lot of help. I won't tell Kirk you said that. Then you also see like other products kind of scattered around here, like AC Protect spray. This can be used to protect coils, anything metal, but specifically control boards. So a lot of times if you're on rooftops and you're seeing boards that are getting popped constantly, you'll also notice kind of as you walk through the store, you'll see different types of components we keep. Maybe a lot of other wholesalers won't have that, but it's because we support different sides of our business. So there's a lot of different electrical components we keep extra because there are all kinds of different controls that we help support. It also allows the guys on our controls team to have quick access to small, certain little electrical items that can just kind of be nitpicky, but you need them all the time.
One-stop shop.
Try to be.
Good. All right, moving along here.
You see we continue to have belts. We'll have things such as, hard start kits, different things to either go in and either protect the compressor or help it deal with continuous hard starts in a situation, especially when it's cold. Additional components such as, universal pressure switches. You see pressure switches on all kinds of things, from air distribution to gas regulation, all different kinds of things for valves. So having, universal parts is important to us so that we can kind of support guys as they run into different things in the field.
It's good to know you got the airflow.
Yep.
All right. This probably comes in handy today.
Yep. The old Supco Trade Fox umbrella is definitely a must for the rooftop. But I mean, you can magnet mount that thing to anything. You can see we've got ours up on a wall in Mooresville.
Yeah. Wow, that thing's on there.
Oh yeah. Well, nice. I mean, you think about it, you're going to slap that on top of a unit on top of a roof. If it's not a good magnet, the wind's taking it every time.
For sure. All right, so we've got, what do we have down this aisle primarily?
So primarily down this aisle is all kinds of universal motors. Fan motors, condensing motors,
this would be motors. Aftermarket?
This is all aftermarket. Some of it is stuff that we keep in stock because it supports equipment brands we have in case of warranty situations, things like that.
Right.
But the majority of this is all for what guys run into. And
just the standards.
Just standards. But
and then in the back we have all the OEM products. We'll look at those in a minute.
OEMs in the back. And we keep stuff from some situations, maybe you need an exact, quarter horsepower motor. Other situations, if you're maybe more of a residential like commercial guy, you might be more interested in stocking universal motors because you can cover more with a couple of motors as opposed to having 10 different motors of different sizes on a van.
When I hear multi-tap motor, is that what this is?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep, so you've got different ways you can configure it. Most of them, if you look at the front, if you're going to have, set it up for a quarter horse or fifth horse or sixth horse, you're going to have potentially a different capacitor to go with it.
Nice.
Always got to check your amps.
Okay.
Then we start getting into makeup air support stuff. So these are all makeup air dampers. They get used on range hoods. They get used on even on air handlers that are bringing in fresh outside air. Just depends on how guys want to use them.
Nice.
And then if we go back down the row, these are all universal control boards, universal gas valves, fan boards, different things. So a lot of times parts maybe on a system that's 10, 15 years old, you're not getting an OEM part anymore, but it's still in great working order. You just need, you might just need a control board. Well,
Now I saw you did a post on these wipes the other day, so you must be a big fan.
So Refrigeration Technologies, I've known a lot of people there for a long time, but they also make some really great products. We just got a new display up in Mooresville. We got another one coming to Raleigh here in a couple of weeks, so I'm going to go put that one up. Literally, I don't know if there's a better wipe out there. My hand's not dirty, so I can't prove it, but no, those things are great.
Yeah. Gotcha. It's a messy business.
It's a messy business, so you know that's why we keep gloves, towels, shoe covers.
Right.
You know, especially if you're going into the homeowner's place, you want to have shoe covers. If you're going into certain commercial applications, you want to make sure you keep it clean.
Right.
There's a lot of times if we're doing service on food processing or any kind of manufacturing that has to be in a clean environment, put your shoe covers on. Do the business a service.
Yep. Shows a lot of respect too when you roll in there like that.
Yep, it does. So all of our different supports for glues, stuff like another one, pulling out Viper products, but you know, pipe dope for when you're running gas pipe. There's always the argument if you're going to tape first or pipe dope first. So what team are you on?
I'm on a team, I have no idea.
Exactly. Exactly.
Whatever you tell me to do, that's what I would do.
Caulks, sealants, fire foams, expandable fire block foam. A lot of times we're using that when you're going through walls and penetrations.
Very nice.
As we move through that, you get into all your different components for doing coil cleaning and service and maintenance. And one of the biggest things about coil cleaners is you have to make sure whatever you're cleaning, you're using the proper chemical on it, because you can't use something that's highly corrosive on newer microchannel coils because it will eat right through the aluminum.
Yes.
So always make sure what you're working on, make sure what you're cleaning, and make sure you have a proper type of coil cleaner to get the job done without causing a problem.
Very good tip. Very good tip.
And then also, it's summertime, so don't forget the wasp.
I had a friend come help me install my system, and he got stung 3 times while he was... I didn't get stung, but, you know, that's what he gets for helping, right?
That's right. Additional stuff for, you know, purging whenever you're changing a system, but maybe you're not going to change a line set, or maybe you can't get to it. There's a lot of situations where it's either in a wall or behind something there's no way to get to, but you should always flush it, clean it out.
Gotcha.
We keep going down through the rest of it.
Yeah, line sets don't like to have obstructions in them.
No, they don't. We also do support some ice machine maintenance products, so we've got some different ice machine cleaners up here.
Excellent.
And then the rest of it is kind of just going through more of the same.
Okay. And back here at the counter, we got Tony, the man.
We got Tony
with
on the
plan.
counter.
What's up, Tony?
Hey, how you doing?
2 customers that are like, look at these idiots filming all this crap. We appreciate your business, by the way.
Sir.
All right, off to the warehouse.
Let's go.
This is where all the fun is.
Yeah, this is where the magic happens in distribution.
So Charlotte Warehouse?
Charlotte Warehouse.
9006 Perimeter Woods
Loop.
Drive.
Suite E.
Suite E.
Charlotte, North Carolina. 28216.
Come on over.
Oh, sorry, too far away.
All right, let's start with the Aon products. All right, first we're an Aon rep, sell a ton of Aon equipment.
Correct.
We sell a lot of Aon OEM parts, or we stock a lot of OEM parts here and in Mooresville. If we don't have it here, we get it quick. So this whole aisle, I believe, is dedicated to Aon. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It is dedicated to Aon, except for a little bit of another product that I've got sitting down here that we'll get to in a minute.
Okay, so we got all kinds of sensors. We've got, you go ahead and tell us what we got.
I was gonna say, you've got sensors, you've got different control boards, different control functions. Trying to see what else we got. Capacitors.
Crankcase heaters.
Crankcase
I know
heaters,
what that is. Crankcase
motors down here, fan blades, replacement dryers and accumulators.
Got it.
A little bit of everything. You'll also see
do not forget the
drive
hardware.
shaft. Yeah, don't forget the hardware. You'll see
Gears,
drive shafts for
drive
changing motors.
Okay.
Compressors.
Compressors. Copeland scrolls.
Yep.
Motors.
Continued
More motors
motors.
down here. Let's see.
Small heater kits. A little bit of everything.
Control boards.
Yep.
See some control stuff here.
Yep.
Wire harnesses.
Yep. And then
Smoke detectors,
more compressors.
compressors here.
And then we also start getting into our support of the Bosch product,
Got it. Which we sell a lot of as well.
which we sell a lot of Bosch as well.
Good stuff.
So Bosch for us is a commercial and a residential line. So we do a lot of Bosch water sports on the commercial side. On the residential side and light commercial, we also sell a lot of inverter product, furnaces, mini splits, things of that nature.
You just sold me a Bosch unit. Thank you.
I did.
It's sitting on my back porch. When are you gonna like come, you know?
I don't know. I don't have my license. So we might want to talk to a licensed contractor
We'll
about
just
that.
talk
so we
about
do it
that off
right.
camera. How about
Yeah,
that?
that's it.
So down here we got a bunch of Bosch.
So speaking of Bosch, there's a ton of Bosch down through here.
Okay.
Another one that you'll also see is Advanced Distributor Products, which is a newer line for us as of last year, but it gives us options for different kinds of retrofit applications that a lot of other OEMs do not provide. So, for example,
Excellent.
like this is a hydronic and air-to-air air handler.
Got it. Hydronic and air-to-air. Nice. Let's go. Can we go this way and do the Armstrong?
Yeah.
Just talk about that.
Say hey to Jared and Trey as you go past here.
Jared's next. He's getting on camera next.
There it is. Where's my boy at?
Okay, ready?
All right.
Wait. And, okay, shine it on that.
All right, so we're also the Armstrong Fluid Technologies rep, Armstrong Pumps. So anything you need, not anything, most of the common
Yep. But
parts that you need for Armstrong, we have it here. We can get it next day.
pumps,
so.
valves, seals, motors.
Yep. All on this shelf here and some down there as well. So
Yes.
great.
And then this is all flex, which we keep primarily for residential installation as well as light commercial and then some heavier industrial commercial.
Why would you not come here for business?
I don't know.
What's wrong? I don't know. I don't get it. So
Anyway,
anyway,
maybe they just don't know we're here or they just don't know the right guy to ask.
Insite Partners, Charlotte, 9006 Perimeter Woods Drive, Suite
E.
E. Come check us out.
Yeah.
All right.